Hi there, my darling Geminis. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to your reading for August 2025. So, my darling Geminis, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using daily guidance from your angels. Then I will do a 3-card spread using my Michelle Knight Tarot cards, and then we will finish off with angel therapy cards. I cannot believe we're already in August, my darling Geminis. And we do have remnants of Mercury retrograde this month, so for at least half the month. I think it finishes around the 7th, I think, but we do have then the shadow that we will be in. So just be mindful of that. But I mean, we all know the drill of Mercury retrograde now. You know, it is what it is. I think you're always better to work with the energies than trying to push against it. So all right, let's see what we have for you, my darling Geminis. Be honest with yourself. Look into your heart and you will know the truth of this situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support and guide you through any necessary changes. Lean upon us for courage and the strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon your true desires, and they will come to you upon angels' wings. Love it. So clearly this month, my darling Geminis, you're being encouraged to be honest with yourself, and that could be speaking your truth, however, whatever that means to you. And there's been a few cards actually coming up this month of being true to yourself and speaking your truth and, protecting your energies. So I feel this month that there is that kind of energy around where we are being encouraged to, look after ourselves. That there is nothing wrong with protecting your own energy, my darling Geminis. So keep that in mind. All right, let us consult the tarot and see what messages we have for you, my darling Geminis. What does Gemini need to know for this month of August 2025? What does Gemini need to know? Empress, love it. 6 of Pentacles. That's come up a few times, the 6 of Pentacles. And that's that energy of, as I was saying, balancing your energies there. So, Page of Swords. So, I read intuitively, and, sometimes I get a different message to what the actual cards mean. But, that's part of reading intuitively. So, yeah, anyway. All right, so what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of these cards, and then, like I said, I will intuitively put the message together for you. So you start off here with the beautiful Empress card. So the Empress is all about, abundance and birth of something new, something, it's feminine energy, and that, look, doesn't matter if you're a male or female, it's just the energy of the card. It is that feminine type of energy, fertility type of energy. I mean, you can see the symbol of Venus here. That's the woman symbol. It's just that fertility type of energy. But the Empress is all about abundance too. It's about effortless abundance. So I feel for you this month that you're in that energy of being able to, just of effortless abundance around you. And there could be, I mean, this, you've got to take this how it resonates. So I can read a few different ways, that if you're wanting to get pregnant, then this could be, you hear that this is the month that you get pregnant. You could hear that somebody else is getting pregnant. So you could hear the birth of a child. So, like I said, take that how it resonates. But I feel good about this. I feel that this is just effortless abundance, my darling Geminis. You can see the wheat here. Like, in the traditional tarot, she has a scepter, and she just needs to wave wave her scepter over this wheat, and it's grows. It's effortless. So, I feel for you that you've got that potential of this, feeling this effortless abundance coming in for you this month, my darling Geminis. But what I would just say to you is just to be careful to protect your energy here. But I do feel that you speaking your truth will, really help with whatever this is, whatever's coming in for you this month, my darling Geminis. So, like I said, then you have the Six of Pentacles. And as I said, the Six of Pentacles is all about reciprocity. It's about giving and receiving equally. You can see here the scales of balance here, that this is that it's all about balancing your energies, not giving too much, not receiving too much. And with that card that you have, be honest with yourself, I kind of feel that you're being encouraged to, um, you know, be honest with yourself. Are you giving too much? Are you receiving too much? If you are taking too much, then the universe will balance that out for you. So be honest with yourself in that respect to, not, if you are taking too much, it may be time to give back, my darling Geminis. That's just kind of what's popped into my head. And, giving, when you give, you will receive. That's, the law of attraction. What you give out comes back to you tenfold, my darling Geminis. Like I said, that is part of the law of attraction. That is how it works. So you need to give in order to receive, my darling Geminis. And I feel that with the Empress card, that you are being encouraged here to give more than, to give more than you receive, because I feel it will be karmically rewarded later, if that makes sense. And, but I'm still, even though I'm saying to balance your energies, and I still say that, but sometimes just giving a little bit more, if you can afford to give more, will bring the rewards later, my darling Geminis. So then we have the Page of Swords. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, pages in the tarot are messengers. So, this little fella comes in to encourage you to be curious, my darling Geminis. To maybe, if there's something that you're wanting to learn more about it, my darling Geminis, because I feel that, there could be, I'm getting another message too, that someone could be watching you. So take that how it resonates. But that just popped into my head, that there could be, someone that is keeping their eye on you. Like I said, take that how it resonates. But mainly the Page of Swords is about sparking your curiosity. It's about that childlike wonder. What could I learn about today? What could you learn more about that may bring you abundance, my darling Geminis? So, yeah, I mean, if I'm going to put it all together, I just feel that you're definitely being encouraged to learn about something here. You need to be honest with yourself as to what the truth of this situation is. Are you taking too much, or are you giving too much? I actually feel, and this is not to offend anyone, but I feel that you could be maybe taking a little bit more than you're giving at this stage, and you need to be honest with yourself about that, my darling Geminis. But I feel that you are being encouraged to learn more about a situation here with the Page of Swords. The swords are about our, minds and thinking, and so I feel that you could, that's the swords are the air, which is you. You're an air sign. So, you know, the Page of Swords, even though he's all about curiosity, I do feel that this could be a part of speaking your truth here, as this card sort of says, be honest with yourself. You know, speak your truth. Focus upon your true desires, my darling Gemini. That's kind of what I'm getting here. I know I'm sort of waffling on a bit, but I'm just getting so many messages here. I feel that look, to put it in a nutshell, I feel that reciprocity is important here. Don't give more than you take, and don't take more than you give. And I feel that once you can balance this energy here, you have effortless abundance coming in. That's really the heart of this reading, I feel. But be honest with yourself. I think that these two cards here, that even though that's not what the Page of Swords means, I'm feeling that these two are connected. So, yeah, take that how it resonates, my darling Geminis. But I do feel that you have the potential here of, you know, that effortless abundance once you can balance your energies, my darling Geminis. So if you're enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. I am very active and interactive in the comments. Oh, and I will be closing my personal readings, my calendar. I'm probably only going to leave it open for another week or so. I've just been slammed, and I mean, I love doing these readings for you, but the personal readings for you, but yeah, I have to also take care of myself and balance my energy. So if you're wanting personal reading, I would suggest you get in quick. First link in the description. And yeah, because I'm definitely in the next week or so, I'm going to close that down until further notice. I haven't sort of decided when I'll be opening that again. All right, my darling Geminis, you have a vacuum away fear. Call upon Archangels Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, this situation, and everyone involved. Yeah. And I feel this goes hand in hand with the be honest with yourself. I feel that you're afraid to speak your truth in this situation, my darling Geminis. So with this vacuum away fear, I feel that you need to give that fear over to your angels. You know, what I like to say about fear is that it's false evidence appearing real. Fear only has power if you give it power, my darling Geminis. So don't. You know, speak your truth, be honest with yourself, because I feel, you know, the whole reading has been pretty much about speaking your truth here and balancing your energies for an abundant outcome, my darling Geminis. So beautiful energies are on the way for you this month, my darling Geminis. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.